By campaign estimates, more than 1,100 people paid to hear a mayor-turned-presidential hopeful speak.
I've never given to a campaign. I've never volunteered for a campaign. I've never been political. But his message is what I want to hear.
Pete Buttigieg, the mayor of South Bend, Indiana, has his eyes on the White House. Among the crowded field of Democrats, his campaign raised nearly $25 million in the second quarter of this year, more than any other candidate. This stop in Seattle was part of that continued fundraising effort.
We feel obviously a tremendous amount of grassroots support today, and we're going to build on that for the road ahead.
Buttigieg isn't a front runner in the polls. He trails other top Democrats, but is polling better than Washington's own Governor Jay Inslee. Presidential hopefuls that can no longer look past the evergreen state. Starting in 2020, Washington voters will be among the first states to cast ballots.
I think it means that Washington State is a real player in the field. We used to have to wait until, all the way into May sometimes to really know what Washington State was going to do. Now we're the 5th state to start voting because of mail-in ballots. We start February 18th, and so that means that more candidates like Pete Buttigieg will have to come out and really engage with our voters.
Can I count on you from here to the nomination to the White House?
His stay in Seattle was brief. From the showbox, he went to a private home for a high-dollar fundraiser.
I'm ready to act on the things that can't wait any longer, from climate change to the issues facing rural communities to the need to just have an economy that actually works for all of us.
A desire to change the direction of the country that's shared by a wide field of candidates, all fighting for the same job. In Seattle, Sebastian Robertson, King 5 News.
The Republican National Committee released a statement today about Buttigieg's visit to Seattle, saying, quote, with a questionable record as mayor of South Bend, along with his support of sanctuary cities and free health care for illegal immigrants, Pete Buttigieg would be disastrous for Washington State and the rest of America. The committee goes on to say, meantime, President Trump has delivered for the evergreen state with job creation, higher wages, and record low unemployment.